What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the NECA Pennywise version 2 from the 1990 version of It. And so here we have Pennywise posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Pennywise here does come with 3 different head sculpts. He comes with a smiling head, which he has on him right now, which looks really good. He comes with the iconic open mouth smile, which looks really good. Really love this head sculpt. And then he also does come with a monster head with the teeth showing and a big bulging eyes, which looks really good. Pennywise also does come with a few sets of hands. He comes with a pair of relaxed grip hands. He comes with a pair of hands for reaching out and grabbing someone. He comes with a monster right hand, which looks really good. He comes with a right hand for holding some balloons. He also does get a tentacle hand, which looks really good. I do like that. He comes with a balloon that says "Turn Back Now." And then finally we do get the book where Pennywise is reaching out, and I really do like this. And the hands are interchangeable, so that's another nice thing I do like. So with that out of the way, let's actually have a closer look at Pennywise. And so here we have a closer look at Pennywise. Now, most of this figure, well, technically all of this figure, with the exception of the head sculpts, is all reuse. We have seen this before in the original 1990s It that NECA released, but it's still a really nice looking figure. Now he does carry over some problems, such as the head still being attached via ball joint at the neck. We don't get alternate heads, we get alternate head and neck, which if I can just show that off really fast. I much prefer having the head and neck 2 separate pieces because this does make it a little bit difficult posing. You really don't get as much posing as you do with the head and neck on separate joints, but overall I really do like the head sculpts on this Pennywise. They all look fantastic, and I think either this one or the maniacal laughing face is probably my favorite one. They did a really good job capturing the likeness of Pennywise from the original series or movie, whatever you want to call it. The hair is really red, and I do like that. Now, one issue I do have is, just like with the original version, the red hair does rub up against his collar here, and you can see it does start rubbing some paint. So do be aware that yours is probably going to have paint rub just because of how low his head sits. It pretty much rests on here, and you can even start to see the red is starting to rub off. A little bit unfortunate, but that's the way NECA did it, and I think that problem could have been alleviated if his head and neck were on separate joints rather than the same ball peg. So taking a look at his outfit, it's the exact same that we got with the 1990s version of Pennywise. You can see they did a fantastic job with his vest. All the colors are there, really vibrant. If there's one thing I can say about this figure, it's tight. I don't mean it's tight as in it's a really awesome figure, although it really is a nice figure. A lot of the joints on this Pennywise are really stiff. Now, I really do like the way they incorporate the double jointed elbow here, although you do gotta be careful in how you have that, because you want to make sure all the stripes line up. Because you can see just by having them just a little bit out of whack, you can have like mismatched stripes, and you don't want to do that. Really loving the clown outfit he's wearing. It's just a yellow romper with these little pom-poms, which look really good. Although it might just be my imagination, and I don't know how well it's coming up on the camera. These 2 pom-poms look like they're orange. This one looks like it has more red-orange. I don't know why that is. Might just be a manufacturing defect, because it was definitely not like that in the movie, but if you guys can't see it, that's because it's under my studio lights, but I can obviously see the color difference between those 2. Again, not too much detailing on him, although the wrinkles on him look really fantastic. This looks just like you would expect Pennywise to look, and then he does have black shoes, which is done really nicely. So we get clown gloves, clown makeup, clown face, clown hair, everything for your perfect killer clown. So what we're going to do now is compare Pennywise to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Pennywise posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Pennywise posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Pennywise posed next to a Power Rangers Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have the 90s version 2 Pennywise posed next to the 90s version 1 Pennywise and the 2017 version of Pennywise. So with your comparisons out of the way, let's actually take a look at Pennywise's articulation. Now his head is on a ball joint. He can look up a little bit. He can look down. He looks down much better than he looks up, and that's probably because his neck frill gets in the way. He can tilt his head side to side, although you do pop his head off that joint. And it's a really stiff joint, so we don't get too much movement, unfortunately. But again, we do get decent up and down. He does turn left and right. You do want to be careful for the collar again. Every time you do move the hair, it does rub up against that, so take that with a grain of salt. Arms are on ball hinges. They go all the way around. They go out to about that far. They don't have a bicep swivel, but they do have a double jointed elbow. It's really stiff on mine. But we do have rotation up here and down here. Now, one thing I do want to point out is, just like the version 1 of Pennywise, they sculpted this so that his arm can only be in its neutral state. You can't really rotate it and have it like that, because now his arm is going off at an awkward angle. That's really terrible engineering in my opinion. He does have a hinge in the wrist as well as a swivel. We do have a ball joint in the torso, which does let him lean back a little bit, go forward. Although, if this pom-pom wasn't here, or if it was attached up here, he would be able to lean a little bit more. We do get some side-to-side and some swivel. Legs do kick forward pretty well, despite the fact he has a pretty big lower torso right here. They go back all the way. Now, Pennywise can do the splits, and he does them really well. As you can see, Pennywise can do high kicks, which I don't know why he would, but I don't see why he wouldn't. We do have a thigh swivel up high. Single bend in the knee, not giving us full range, but enough. He does rotate at the knee. And then we do have a ball joint in the foot, so we do get rotation there. We have some side-to-side movement, as well as some forward and back movement. So overall, pretty decent articulation on Pennywise. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So here we have Pennywise version 2 posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I think this is a really good figure. It does improve on a couple of things from the previous Pennywise figure. However, I do feel like maybe this figure should have been packing with what we've seen with the original Pennywise, because I don't see too much here that I would really say this is a definite pickup. Now, this Pennywise does come with different accessories, but I don't see why NECA couldn't just throw them into one Pennywise and just call it the ultimate Pennywise. The book is a really nice little detail that I do like, and the hands from the book are interchangeable with the figure. Although more hands would have been pretty good. I think, again, that everything that this figure comes with should have also been included with the original Pennywise, but that's just my opinion. Now, this figure is starting to hit stores right now, so you can find him at your local Targets or wherever you pick up your NECA figures from online retail or local comic book stores. I picked up my Pennywise version 2 from my local comic book store, so a huge shout out to the good folks of Black Sheep Comics for getting this out to me so I could review it for you guys. If you are a fan of it or Pennywise, I do think this is a nice figure to have in your collection. Otherwise, I would say this figure is a pass. You really don't need two versions of this Pennywise, although I do think the heads on this figure are much better than the original release. So it's really up to you which Pennywise you want. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other NECA videos, as well as all my other IT videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.